You pull yourself free from the mound of soil. The last thing you remember is how that Audi came out of nowhere. You should have died. It's probably why they buried you. Standing, you rub the dirt from your eyes and take in the never-ending field of headstones and tombs. A giant billboard lit in a flashing marquee reads, "Congratulations, you're dead." You stare at your hands, bluer than normal and translucent to the point where you can see your bones. It appears you died after all. Hey everyone, this is Nathan Reese Maher, founder of Nightingale Publishing and creator of Spooks. Welcome to the Great Beyond. Very excited you can join me on my Kickstarter. After 22 years of role-playing, I've decided to share with you my ideas for a new tabletop experience that focuses on simple rules and quick gameplay. Today I'll give a brief look at what the game is about, starting first with my favorite part of any RPG, that being the characters you can play in the game. Her skin was a ghostly blue, and I could see through to the point of her skeleton. She stood there at the corner of Morgue and Crypt Street, reveling in her Victorian dress she had bought from the Spider's boutique down the way. She must have caught me staring at her as she conjured a ball of flame, and it danced wildly in her hand. An errant warning, she wasn't in the mood for gawkers. What defines a soul after it has crossed over is the manner in which it died, and whether proper burial rites were observed. Bhoots, aka blueskins, are a type of spook that came into existence because of having been murdered, or if the spook's family didn't follow proper burial conventions. Tormented by either the thought of their assailant or family, Bhoots suffer a penalty to their spirit, a score responsible for perception and magic. While benefiting from a flawless complexion and personal drive, Bhoots gain a bonus to their spookiness, a score responsible for charisma and aids in social interactions. Blueskins also have many unique talents, such as the ability to summon ghost fire to their fingertips, as well as being able to use their ectoplasmic skin to pick up items comprised entirely out of essence, which is normally restricted to beings such as ghosts. Bhoots are also hard to track, for whenever they leave a footprint behind, it always faces the opposite direction. She looked at me. Her eyes were large black buttons that reflected the light of the train car. Her smile stretched from ear to ear in heavy stitches. I was about to introduce myself when a ragged hand towing a purse leapt onto her lap. "Don't worry, love," she said as she took a needle and thread from her bag. She lifted her left arm, showing where she had been dismembered at the wrist. "It's mine." The doll then proceeded to sew herself back together. Dolls are another type of spook that can be played, having resulted from dying young or living a sheltered life. Souls find their new bodies difficult to adapt to and suffer penalties both to their physical strength and their body, a score that aids with appearance and health. Because of how young the soul is, dolls do gain a bonus to their spirit, which aids with magic. Dolls do come in a variety of shapes and sizes, from a rag doll to a marionette, or a stuffed animal to a statue. Whatever the type, dolls can repair themselves as long as they have the appropriate skill. They can even control their dismembered limbs to a certain distance. Because of the nature, dolls are open to many other magical items such as material or stuffing that most other spooks would not have access to. There are several other spooks to choose from, each with their own statistic modifiers and talents. Additional spooks will be made available with future products. Necropolis, City of the Dead, an endless expanse of tomb-like skyscrapers, distorted buildings and haunted streets, where skeletons drive their zombie horse stagecoaches to pick up ghosts and vampires, each intended for a particular destination but in no hurry to get there. There are grand balls in honor of past deeds or discoveries. There are shops tended by ghouls who marvel at the gold so close to their fingertips, and there are pubs ready to dispense the living screams in a form of drink. Necropolis, the city without time. Necropolis, the city of wonder. Necropolis, the city of dreams. There are several places one can visit in the Great Beyond. The main and most frequent stop is Necropolis. Here, the majority of spooks exist in unlife, carrying out nightly tasks much as they had when they were alive. Some open shops, others take what jobs they can find, while some turn to crime. Money isn't as important in the afterlife. Some decide not to work, but there are always a few interested in pooling resources for some elaborate ambition. The afterlife is what you make of it, after all, and who wants to spend it in squalor? The spirit realm is home to all manner of beings comprised of essence. While spooks such as Bhoots and Ghouls have a corporeal body, other entities like ghosts and wraiths do not. The realm is filled with ether, a substance that acts like a fog that shrouds an eternal expanse. There are places from the land of the living that cast their shadows in the ether, and spirits use these areas like an oasis to spend their own lives. Occasionally, a ghost or other spirit can look in on the living, and in some rare cases, so can they. The Dream Veil is the collection of dreams dreamt by the living and the dead. What's different in the great beyond is that dreams are more powerful, with both objects and people made of dream stuff, a physical substance. Some spooks journey into these dreams for new experiences or riches by means of a ware, a type of net the dreamweaver spiders weave in order to anchor them down, making them more accessible. All manner of adventures await, but the smart spook will always prepare themselves for the worst, for who knows what lies behind the ware. Never be caught unprepared, our skeleton guide told us as he drew a card from his hand and mouthed a few incantations. Suddenly, the ground collapsed in front of him, giving way to an open grave filled with all manner of weapons. I couldn't contain the smile on my face when he said I could have first pick. The game's magic system is unlike any other. It uses a standard deck of playing cards that you can find around the house or purchase decks made exclusively for the game. Each card represents a spell, with each suit comprised of its own theme. Cards can also boost rolls by the card value. Hand sizes increase with level gain, allowing for more spells to be accessible at any given time. Spell cards once gained can never be lost as they magically bind to the spook, however they can still be given away. Also, any character can use these spells. There will be multiple decks, each carrying its own theme with 50 unique spells. More decks will become available with future products. The game features a strategic combat system with a few added tricks. Players can meet and partner with historical personalities. It has a simple magical item enchantment system. Armor, weapons, and tools are also easy to manage. Monsters, or as I like to call denizen creation, is as fast as character creation. It boasts a play-as-you-go rule system. Also, you can award experience points during play, with little to no downtime leveling characters. Spooks, Welcome to the Great Beyond is 70% complete, with playtests soon available to everyone who donates $10. Despite the success of the Kickstarter, the game is still set to publish. What's preventing Spooks' immediate release is its need for art. We need help turning concepts into awesome. Our minimum goal is $3,000 to pay our artists. In order for the book to look as spectacular as possible, it's estimated to be needing about $5,000 to $6,000. The more the Kickstarter can generate, the more amazing the book will look. Thank you all so much for your time and your consideration, and happy gaming.